G'day guys, it's Colto Fox. I'm back from FurDU 2021, which is our topic for today. So I had a really great time at FurDU and met a whole bunch of furs there. It was my first furry convention. And it's also the first furry convention I've seen since the COVID-19 pandemic, which is probably the same for a bunch of other people. So I drove up there on the Wednesday. I drove to Campsie first, and then made my way to Surfers Paradise in the Gold Coast. And when I arrived, we entered LobbyCon. Now I didn't suit for LobbyCon, but I did take a lot of pictures. And throughout that first time, it was actually the pre-registration, which we had to scan a barcode, then go up and get a registration from the desk. Which brings us on to day 2, which is actually day 1 of the con. So on day 1 of FurDU, we basically started the day with breakfast at the Mantra and made our way to the fursuit photo shoot with Logan Husky, or Husky Paws. That took quite a long time of waiting, but after an hour and a half or so, we finally got pictures, and I got some with Flipsy. And then later on Friday, we went to the opening ceremony at 5 p.m. and I was in full suit for that. It was a lot shorter than I expected, but it was fun nevertheless. And then afterwards, as with every night, we basically went out for dinner and hung out in the room and stuff. And then on to FurDU Day 2, which was the big beach walk, which almost everyone was dying of heat and exhaustion. So we got a lot of photos there. We went from the lobby, then we walked out. It's probably about 26 degrees, 27 degrees Celsius outside. And we all walked to the beach. Got some photos on the beach, some lots of furry hugs, to see a whole bunch of people. Beach was full. Like, if you look at the picture, there was a ton of furries there. Now, the con was only limited to like 500 people to be there because of the COVID-19 restrictions. But it was quite an amazing sight because I've never seen that many people, or not that many fursuiters in one place at one time. So that was quite a big experience for me. And of course, I couldn't actually make it through that properly without having proper hydration and cooling. So I had Flipsy's cooling fan, which is absolutely awesome. You just put it in your mouth and it cools you down, like it fans you. And I had to take my head off a few times to get a drink because I was just dying there. But we made it through. It was worth it for the photos. So then we all went back, had a shower and stuff, and got ready for the rest of the night. So basically after showering stuff, we took a little break after that because everyone just needed to cool down. But then there was another night photo shoot, which we were a bit late to, so after we came back from dinner, I basically put my head on and run downstairs. And I went to that with Flipsy. And that was pretty cool. But unfortunately I didn't even have my paws on, so I was just completely poodling. Oh well. That's what happens with like no time, I guess. So also on Saturday, I got to see the dealer's den. Now the dealer's den is something I remember seeing on the schedule and stuff, but I've never actually been to one, so I don't know what they actually have. So we went in there, they count you in with gotta wear a mask and stuff, and then you just see all the little stalls having their little wares. The first one you see when you walk in is Eastern Dragon Studios, so they got their balaclavas, brushes, tails and stuff. instantly wanted to buy something from there because like you always need more balaclavas, fursuit sprays. But held off so we didn't have to carry it when we were walking around. So then we walked around there, we saw other ones, like there's like Muddersaw right next to them, the Barbados, the t-shirt making place, and many other stores selling their little stickers, there's lanyards. I got a little corgi lanyard, and like Sylvexan art, selling prints. A few artists were selling prints. Some of them were making their art there on their little tablets. Some of them were just there showing off their fursuits, like the stuff they make. Some of them were making fursuits while they were there. They weren't selling anything, but they were showing them off, so like they exist. And then you had like Sky High Studios there, the little 3D printer going. So yeah, the dealer's den was pretty awesome. I got a mystery box from Muddersaw and some stuff from Eastern Dragon, so that was cool. And then we move on to Sunday. So this is the last day of the con, and we started it with breakfast as always, and we went to the loop suit photo shoot at 9:45 in the lobby. Now originally it was meant to be on the beach, but they had to reschedule it because of the circumstances on Saturday where everyone was almost dying on the beach. So we had it in just the lobby instead. And we had some overhead photos taken from Colto Fox upstairs. And shortly after the loop suit photo shoot, we went upstairs and hung out for a bit. So I went to the Headless Lounge, just cool down a bit after the loop suit shoot. And then we went into the fursuit games. So the fursuit games was pretty fun. We had about like 5 groups, or 4 or 5 groups I think, with a bunch of lines of people, and we just do a bunch of stuff in fursuit. It's like there was one where you put the hula hoop over your head, there's one with the egg and spoon race, the over and under, yeah, all sorts of stuff. So that was pretty cool.
Happy Mother's Day!
And then after it, they had Fox's little chair challenge or something. I didn't actually go to that one. I went back to the room after that, but I think Flipsy did actually stay over for that, and then something for a music video afterwards. So after that, I think we basically had lunch, chilled for a bit, and then we went for an afternoon photo shoot on the beach. I didn't sit for that, but I took photos again. So I took lots of photos, saw some cuties there, like Haley, Furru stuff. So that was a good afternoon photo shoot. And then, since it was the last day, we had the closing ceremony in the evening, which I didn't suit for that one this time. Like, I suited for the opening one. But they had that for like a little short time. And then they had a charity auction, where they're auctioning a whole bunch of stuff off to make money for charity. I stick around for that, and that was pretty cool to see the stuff go off. People selling fursuits and that. So that was cool. And then later, back and had dinner. And they were selling the FurDU t-shirts afterwards. So I didn't actually put one on the order for my original ticket back in 2019. Yes, that was actually quite a few years ago now. But we were actually getting dinner at the time, and we didn't want to get too far away just in case. So we had Subway, and then one of our friends went and got us all the t-shirts at the Conops. So that helped us. So now we've got all the purple FurDU 2021 t-shirts, just to say that like we went there. And that was pretty cool. And then of course, since the con was over and stuff, we had the dead dog dance afterwards, which I put my fursuit on and went off just dancing randomly. I didn't put my full suit on, but you know, when I went there, I was only expecting to be there for 5 minutes, but it clearly didn't end up that way. It just looked like so much fun. So I put my partial on basically, so I put my hand paws, my head on, and just started dancing. And I stayed there till the end. Like, it was fun. And then we all went off back to our rooms, like pack up and get ready to go again. And then the next morning it was time to go, so we had breakfast, put all my stuff back in my car, and then say goodbye to everyone and drove back down to Campsie on my way to Sydney. And then the day after that, since I was still at Campsie, thought may as well fursuit there, so I took a photo with my 16mm lens, and yeah, I got that photo and then drove back down to Sydney. And here we are. I'm back in Sydney. Hello. So right behind me, so here's a little poster from the little con bag, which was actually made by Adler the Eagle, who was meant to be the guest of honor. So the guest of honor for FurDU 2021 actually ended up being Sky High Studios and Fox, or Fox Veritas, I don't know how you say it. So we saw them around, but yeah, that was meant to be from the original ones for 2020 until pandemic happened, which kind of screwed things. So next year's 2022, we might actually see those guest of honors return for that one, depending on how all of this stuff goes with the pandemic. And on the back of the con book, it's got like a pirate artwork. So I think that's the theme for next year. So that'll be pretty cool to see. I'll definitely be trying to go to FurDU 2022. So I'd hope to see you all there again. I had an awesome time at FurDU. Totally recommend it. And I can't wait to go again. So that's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. And have a great day. Bye!